Welcome to Canyon Ski Resort. Alberta's self-proclaimed biggest ski resort outside the Rockies has something for everyone. While the vertical of Canyon isn't the biggest, it skis really well and has a super steep pitch. Though Canyon is somewhat small, it is a family-friendly ski resort that offers a unique skiing experience. Canyon has 4 lifts, 23 runs, and a 146-meter vertical drop. This review will go through 6 criteria that I will talk about. In past videos, I used to create a ranking system, but after many failed attempts at perfecting the rating system, I'm just going to be saying my thoughts about the resorts instead of assigning numerical values to determine my rating. So with that out of the way, let's get started. Number 1. Location. Canyon Ski Resort is located 10 minutes outside the city of Red Deer, right on the QE2 highway. From Calgary, it's around an hour and a half's drive. While you might not think of a place like Canyon having treacherous roads, you're mistaken. Canyon has perhaps the worst access road I've ever seen. As the ski area is built onto a steep river valley, the access road has multiple switchbacks, drops, and steep sections. During busy times, the entire access road becomes a big ice sheet. So if you're planning on visiting Canyon, just make sure you have some really good winter tires on. Canyon recently opened an upper parking lot at the top of the hill, so if you're at all worried, you can always park up top and ski down. Number 2. Season length. Canyon isn't in the mountains. Thus, it's going to have a bit of a shorter ski season, as it is much lower elevation than other hills. Generally, you can expect to ski at Canyon from mid-December to mid-March. But again, it all depends on the winter season. You might lose a month of skiing if you're a pass holder here compared to a mountain pass holder, but a lot of people don't really care about that too much. However, with Canyon's new Pipe Coaster edition this summer, there's bound to be fun for the whole family all year long. Number 3. Lodging. Canyon is not a ski destination. It is a day-use ski area. However, since the city of Red Deer is only 10 minutes away from the hill, if you really want, there are plenty of options in the city of Red Deer in terms of hotels. There is no slopeside lodging at Canyon, which is honestly fine. Number 4. Food. Canyon has a really cool ski lodge with a classic old-time feel. However, since they completed big renovations in the building a few years ago, it doesn't feel outdated, but still has that cool old-time feel. Generally, food here is pretty average ski resort food. A few years ago, they opened a small grill at the upper parking lot at the top of the hill, overlooking one of their ski runs. For a place like Canyon, food is pretty good and they have lots of dining options. Number 5. Terrain. Canyon can be divided into 3 main terrain pods. The first is the red T-bar, servicing around 3 wooded ski runs that are blue. The triple chair, which happens to be Canyon's main lift, services the bulk of the terrain and has everything from steep mogul pitches to meandering green runs to blue cruisers. The blue T-bar also services a beginner trail and a terrain park. And lastly, the double chair on the far north side of the resort services a few black and blue runs. My biggest gripe with Canyon is the schedule of the red T-bar and double chair. On weekdays, only the triple and blue T-bar operate. Unfortunately, the other 2 lifts that don't operate have around 40% of Canyon's skiable terrain, and also some of the funnest runs in my opinion. This is a pretty big annoyance and is somewhat disappointing considering that they advertise themselves as Alberta's biggest non-mountain resort. Even if they could just rotate operating one of these lifts on weekdays, it would just be so much better. But anyway, getting back to the terrain, Canyon isn't just a small snowfield plunked down on the prairies. Canyon actually has cat tracks, steep pitches, glade skiing, and groomers. And of course, a few canyons scattered around. Think of a mountain ski resort and shrink it 5 times. That's Canyon for you. The terrain, when it's all open, is really fun, and the hill ski is pretty good overall. Number 6. Lifts. Canyon has 5 lifts, 2 chairlifts, 2 T-bars, and a magic carpet. The chairlifts are pretty slow and creaky, but they work fine. Beginner skiers might wish for an easier lift than the blue T-bar, but overall it's not a big deal. The lifts generally do run pretty slow, but due to their short ride time, this isn't too big of an issue. For a non-mountain resort, having 2 chairlifts is pretty impressive, though I do wish the double was open more than it is. Overall, I think that Canyon's blue T-bar could be improved a bit, as the beginner skiers will often struggle with that lift, and on busy days, long lines do form. However, it's not really that big of an issue. Canyon's lift infrastructure works quite well on non-busy days, but on a busy day, just know that you will expect to wait at least 25 minutes to get on the triple chair for a 2-minute ride down the hill. Overall, Canyon's a nice place to spend the day at. The resort will have something for every ability, whether that be gentle cruisers, steeper groomers, tree skiing, or mogul skiing. While it's fairly small, it has more affordable lift tickets than mountain resorts do. It also has 2-hour lift passes, which are really nice just to do a few hours of skiing here. Canyon is a pretty good ski hill, and overall, there isn't much to complain about here. Thanks for watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe if you like what you saw. And until next time, this is Skier72.